welcome back to my garage, another episode of my Sling TSI build log. So before I move the fuselage to the hangar, I want to reach a some sort of a reasonable milestone. Everything should be secured, locked down, doesn't move, to have a safe trip from my home to the hangar. So the last job I think I want to complete, or at least complete to a reasonable point, is the avionics. So today I guess I will just do a quick walkthrough to my wiring harness and avionics setup, for the future me, for reference. So I'm using the Midwest panel service to build my wiring harness and instrument panel. Their wiring harness, look at this. It's so complicated. I'm very happy that I'm using their service and using their panel and wire harness. I do not think I can do this just by myself. So I think the harness essentially comes with four main components. The wiring harness, that the main harness runs through the center console, center channel, then split to both wings. So that's, I guess, and also goes to the end and connects with the tail harness. So the second component is the harness that sits on top of the rack. I don't know what this is called, like a rack panel harness. So it connects between the rack and the panel and some part of the main wing harness. The third component is there's another segment of the wiring harness that goes out to the firewall forward. So that's the rack engine. And also there's the panel itself. There's a whole bunch of wiring on the panel that connects eventually to this big pile of the rack slash panel harness. So that's the four main parts. So currently I think I've done most of the work for the main harness. I've routed them through the back all the way in the channel to the front. And then today and yesterday I spent quite a lot of time working on the rack and the panel harness. So, I've connected whatever I can connect with the GAT27 and, the VPX power units and then GSU25 over there, and a lot of things. But so there's a few connectors that I'm just saving for once I install the panel, I'll be able to connect. And there is also some connectors below there that's eventually gonna go out through the firewall. And my guess is that's okay. So yeah, some of them will go out to through the firewall, connect with the Rotex stuff, and some of them, like here, it says HIC A and HIC B. I think this is the Rotex HIC module that will connect to the Rotex ECU below the panel. So let me climb into the fuselage and show some of the details. Okay, some detailed view. Starting from the back, this is where I run my tail harness. So it connects with the connector from the main harness. So from here, the main harness goes horizontally. There's a connector here that connects to the elevator autopilot servo. Goes into the center console, and on the other end of the passenger seat, I installed the ELT over there, and the connector uh, also goes out to connect with the ELT. So right now the ELT is not yet connected. I just have the connector just sitting there, because I don't want to activate the ELT by accident. So then both the ELT wire and the GSA and the tail wire all converge through the center channel. So I kind of cable tied the harness with the rudder cables, then running to the front below the main spar, and then there's a fork under the main spar here. I don't know if we can see them, but okay, here. So there's a fork here, and there's the wing segment of the harness goes out to both ends. So I have the intelligent fuel boost pump system as part of my panel setup. So when the Midwest panel builders built my wire harness, the wiring for the boost pump is also included in there. So here's the regular wing harness connector, and here these are, I believe, the fuel pump system, the fuel pump power, and I think this wire is the OAT, I think. So then keep going forward. After the wings, the wing harness and the stuff, it comes here, and I have the connectors in this little box to connect to the buttons for the control stick. All right. So then keep going forward to the center console area, and they have a I think this is for the flap control, the flap motor. So I haven't installed the flap motor yet, so I'll do that, I guess, next. Then keep going here. I installed the rack, and then the main harness will just 90 degrees go up, and have the connectors here ready to be connected with the panel rack section of the harness. So on here, this big pile of wire is the panel / rack segment of the harness, I guess. So a lot of connectors going to GSU, the backup battery, GAT27, GAE24, and there's the VPX unit down there. That's on the right side, and on the left side, I'm supposed to have the the radio stack on here. So I just took it off because I just realized that I had to first install the connector mount onto the radio stack before I install the radio itself, because there are screws on here I didn't realize previously. So I took off the radio stack, and I will have to remove the radio from the mount, install this part of the mount, then install the radio, then put this back in. So I'm hoping that I don't have to unbundle this wire to do that, but I might have to at least cut these cable ties, which is fine, not a big deal. So that's the radio stack on the left side, and then following under the rack, there's also a whole bunch of things here. So I don't know. So this is the relay sort of section, and I don't have the engine yet. But once I have once I receive the engine, I believe the Rotex ECU will go up right next to the relay stuff, and then that's where the HIC module stuff will connect to the ECU. And then these are the RE1 and RE2 connectors. I think they stand for rack engine 1 and rack engine 2. By the look of it, they probably just had to go out through the firewall. And yeah. Oh, I also have the pneumatic lines here. Well, the other day I routed the pneumatic lines, but I had to take them off just because there's so much wiring here, and I need to make sure the wires are routed correctly before the pneumatic lines, because these pneumatic lines are pretty straightforward, pretty easy to route. So yeah, that's kind of where I am so far on the avionics and the wiring harness.